Many Occupy protesters across the country have turned to violence. Coming up, we're live at a local Occupy event to find out why they say this one is different from the rest. Plus, a local high school athlete verbally agrees to take his baseball talents to UVA, why players and coaches still have options after making these commitments, and why UVA's coach says they're as good as gold on his team.
This is WHSV News 3 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Val Thompson.
And I'm Melanie Lofton. Thanks for joining us tonight. We've seen the Occupy movement spread around the world, and recently, along with the protests, there's been some violence.
Just in the last 24 hours, clashes with police in New York and Oakland have led to more than a dozen arrests. That's something we haven't seen.
Well, you can see the difference right here in this sign. Unify Main Street has replaced Occupy Wall Street. And while protesters in Oakland and New York get arrested, these guys have a community barbecue. That's because here in the Valley, it's the middle class that's shaping the Occupy movement.
We got sold out!
Vandalism, clashes with police, and arrests have taken over the headlines of the Occupy groups in Oakland and New York. Even in Richmond, police have dispersed protesters. Compare that with Stanton, and some folks would hardly believe it's the same movement. Markers in hand, Donald Wilson Bush and Melissa Shover prep for an Occupy barbecue. They say they have the same goals, only with a Valley twist.
We're all American citizens. What we are in terms of our Valley distinction is that we are middle class.
Middle class with a family, Melissa says it doesn't weaken their voices. In fact, it gives them more strength with bigger numbers.
Corporate America doesn't hear us. So, we need a voice. And, the middle class, we're the ones that suffer.
Suffering, they say, when jobs are outsourced to save money and when big banks don't loan to small businesses.
It's about this community, about keeping our jobs here and not ending up on an unemployment line.
And just maybe that small town value focus is something that Stanton's Main Street movement can teach the big guys.
Show the larger Occupy movement how it can gain credibility in one instance and how it can be more representative of the silent majority in the middle class.
Now, with that being said, of course, Occupy Stanton gives a lot of credit to those bigger movements. They say it's the people in New York that started making statements that got the middle class riled up and got the Valley's middle class ready to do things like this. Live in Stanton, Janelle Lilly, WHSV News 3.